But although with B.J. strong arm, he can get it up against the wind.
Freshman kicker Aaron Ullum, in his first plate-kicking duties of his career, filling in for the injured regular kicker, puts a right foot into the opening kick of this ball game and proceeds to boot it all the way through the end zone. Well, you heard Coach Shive talk about this freshman. He says, and this is Coach Shive saying, this 6'1" freshman is going to be a Div 1 punter. He's just an absolute great punter already. He's also, as we mentioned, going to do the place kicking tonight for the Tigers instead of Brock Hessler, who has a pulled groin muscle. North Montgomery will start the ball. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line, just underway at North. It's homecoming here for the Chargers. A great crowd here in front of us. Glad to have you along again listening tonight. Also a real good Lebanon following on the far side. On again, as the fourth week in a row, we've managed to get an awfully good weather night for high school football. One back set formation is for Slicker on first down, calling the signals. He'll hand off on the right side. Give the ball to the only back behind him. Picking up about 3 or 4 yards, it'll be Fairfield on the carry. He'll be brought down by one of the ends, defensive Ryan Jay, the starting left guard at 180 pounds. He's a senior. The center is Kyle Burke, a 245-pound senior. The right guard, Dan Suter, a 200-pound senior. And Tim Flagg is the offensive right tackle, 180 pounds, and a sophomore. Second down, we'll call it about 6 to go for the Chargers. Second play of the game coming up. Same formation for Slicker, rolling out to his right. He'll keep the ball. He doesn't have anybody to pitch to, and now he doesn't have anywhere to run. He'll be gang tackled at about the line of scrimmage. He'll be piled up by several white-shirted Lebanon Tigers. We'll wait and see who comes up off the stack last, as we see Winkles coming up again, the 190-pound senior defensive end. And, John, I'll go ahead and make my excuses right away. I'm kind of like doing a broadcast without an arm tonight.
I'm Tom.
Our Tom, John Roach, is missing tonight. He got started on his vacation a little bit early, so he's free targets tonight, but we certainly do miss his great spotting here in the booth, so we'll struggle on as best we can. Pickup of about 1 or maybe even a loss of 1 for Slicker. We'll call it third down and long for the Chargers. Throwing on third down. Here's the timing pattern out onto the middle. The completion is good. This is going to be Jason Walls. Walls will get the ball to nearly midfield, and the pickup of about 25, maybe 26 yards. Actually, Tom, it's going to go 28 as they're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line of Lebanon. Just a quick timing pattern coming out of the backfield. Jason Walls moved to the slot, the 175-pound senior, who hardage and into Lebanon territory. I formation set up for Slicker. We'll see this formation mostly all night long. Sometimes they'll run a little motion out of it, sometimes not. This time they don't. Slicker takes the snap. Here's the pitch. This is Walls, and has a lot of trouble handling the ball at midfield, and he'll be wrapped up as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. On the tackle is John Westerfield, the 180-pound sophomore linebacker. We'll give Walls back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10 coming up for North Montgomery. No score here at Charger Field as the homecoming festivities. Talk about all kinds of things. That's just a rumor, though. Second down and 10. I formation again for Slicker. On the near hash mark. He'll drop back to throw. Open in the middle is Gwynn. Gwynn's got the first down. He's got more. He's at the 30. He dives inside the 30-yard line of the Lebanon Tigers. Another first down on the pass. A 20-yard pass completion to tight end Jason Gwynn, who had 4 catches coming into the game. Average 20 yards a catch. Gets another 20 yards on that second down completion. So the middle has been open twice. First to Walls and now to Gwynn, Tom, as the Chargers move down the field on their first possession.
You know, Jason Gwynn has just been a really almost a surprising receiver for North Montgomery this season. He's been consistent in every game, and he has scored a couple TDs already coming into the game.
Josh Johnson had to come up from safety to put the hit on Gwynn, but not before the tight end got a first down. On first, here's Walls running behind the blocking of fullback Sam Fairfield, and the right side blocking of Dan Suter and Tim Flagg. Walls will pick up 4, maybe 5 yards. He's across the 25 and is brought down at about the 24-yard line. The clock continues to run. 8:50 to go in the first line to the left. In the slot now, putting Walls in motion to the far side. One back formation. Slicker runs right behind his center on a quarterback's option. This is Kyle Burke with a forward block. Slicker will get the ball down inside the 20 to the right side. On the quick count, here's Fairfield. Fairfield will get the first down for North Montgomery as he works around the left side of the line. On the tackle for the Tigers, we see coming up from one of the linebacker positions. That is Jay Tritt again for Slicker. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Fairfield on the point behind the quarterback. quarterback. On first down, here comes Slicker with a call. He'll give the ball off, now pull the ball back. Slicker on the keeper. He's across the 10. He's across the 5. Fakes outside, goes inside, stretches for the end zone, but will not make the goal line as he tries to stretch out to pay dirt. Westerfield and others on the stop for Lebanon, but Slicker will pick up a first down and in the first quarter of this season. McCormick will split way wide to the right side. I formation will set up behind Slicker. Look for probably Walls. Walls, no. Check it. Fairfield, no. Slicker will pull the ball back. He'll try to dive inside. We've got a massive pile up at the goal line. No indication of who has done what. No striped shirts with the arms up, so that's no touchdown. Slicker will get inside the 1, but officially a no gain. And the ball will be down inches away from the orange painted goal line here on a magnificent on second down and goal. The junior quarterback takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got all kinds of time. He'll roll in for the end zone touchdown. B.J. Slicker on the 1-yard quarterback keeper. His first rushing touchdown of the season. His third scored touchdown of the year. As we noted earlier, he has 2 interception returns for scores this year. That gives North Montgomery the lead. They drive 80 yards in about a dozen plays and knock the ball in with 6:13 to go. Emmanuel Cervantes will come in for the extra point kick attempt. The sophomore right-footed sidewinder with Slicker on the hold. Here's the snap, a little low, pace placement's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. North Montgomery takes the ball the length of the field on their first possession. They take a 7-0 lead over Lebanon, and you'll be back for the kickoff right after this. What can you buy? The 7-0 lead. Cervantes will tee it up at the 40. Kicking against a pretty good wind here. Richards is back deep for the Tigers. A low end-over-end kick, bounces at the 20, and will roll out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So no return. We'll see what Lebanon decides to do here.
My guess is Lebanon will accept the penalty and take possession.
A tough go running the ball for Lebanon this year as they have been hurt by injuries right from the get-go.
David Richards, who's their leading rusher at quarterback, Jeff, if you take away those that game last week, he's averaging for 0.2 of a yard per carry the other 2 games this season.
Lebanon also is missing one of their starting offensive linemen. We'll get to that in a little bit. On first down, rolling out to the right side. Richards will tuck the ball in and roll around to the right. He'll basically get back to the line of scrimmage as Slicker, and also on the hit, I see Kevin Templeman and also a flag in on that. That's Tim Flag. That's 3 of the 4 linebackers for North Montgomery ride Lebanon's quarterback out of bounds at the 35.
I think you're going to see Lebanon do that a lot with Richards, do a little sprint draw option where he tries to pass the ball or can tuck it up and run, because North is going to do a good job of getting pressure on him.
1 back setup behind Richards. 2 wide outs, 1 to each side, plus a man in the slot on the left side. Richards will drop back to throw. He's hit at the 29-yard line. He won't get the ball away. Monty Daney on the sack. Monty Daney, with his 7th sack of the season, will register a 6-yard loss and set up a 3rd down and 16 for Lebanon here on their first series.
So, Jeff, but they've also gotten 4 touchdowns off the defense this season already.
Return interceptions and fumbles for TDs, plus they blocked the punt and return 1. On 3rd down, Richards puts the pass out onto the flat. This is Chris Kincaid out on the left side. He'll get back across the 35-yard line, but won't reach the 40-yard line. It'll be well short of a first down, as Lebanon will be forced to kick the ball away after a gain of about 8 yards or so on that. Jason Walls in on the tackle, coming up from a cornerback position, and Walls will drop back into deep punt formation for North Montgomery as they hold on their first defensive series. 5 minutes ago here in the first quarter, North Montgomery scored on their first possession and leads 7-0.
And Jason Walls needs to back up because we have a good kicker with a stiff wind behind him, and he's liable to get this like the kickoff put right over his head.
Aaron Ullum is averaging 33 yards a kick, and he nails one here. Drives Walls all the way back to his 28-yard line, but he's got room to move. He's up to cross the 35. He's to the 40. He's around the corner. He's the midfield. He's knocked out of bounds into the North Montgomery bench in Lebanon territory at the 45-yard line. Good line blocking on the left side for North Montgomery special team, and that gives Walls a great return and gives North great field position on their second possession.
It's going to be a 28-yard punt return, for Jason Walls. Actually, 29 once you move it past the 45, officially down to the 44-yard line.
It'll be cap the drive to give North the lead. With the clock stopped at 4:34 to go in the first quarter, the Chargers will take over again. We see a pro set formation. Two tight ends, however, lined up for Slicker. Splits to the wide right side. Walls on the handoff. No, check it. Slicker doing a great job on the fake as he really is pulling the ball back out of the bellies of his running back. However, Slicker does not fool about three guys in white shirts as Jay Tribbett and a couple of other guys we see coming in from the 13 will be coming up now for the Chargers. One back formation set up behind Slicker. Wide out to each side. Puts Walls in the slot on the left. Second down and long coming up for North, leading by a touchdown. Slicker over center, drops back to throw. He's got a zinger out there. Walls open to grab the ball in a timing pattern on the inside. Just running a basic post formation, running up against the defensive coverage of Keith Richards. Walls stretched out and just pulled in that, just basically a bullet from Slicker. It will get the first down and get even farther down into Lebanon territory.
20 yards on the pickup, Jeff, and 8 yards here in the first quarter.
First down for North Montgomery. Again, deep into Lebanon territory after the 20-yard pass completion to Jason Walls coming out of the backfield. Walls will dot the I on the formation. Slicker will take the snap. Pitch out to Walls. Walls gets around the right side, crosses the 25-yard line, and is brought down at about the 25-yard line. He'll get to maybe... Coach Lance Shy brings his defense over to the sidelines to talk to them and also maybe try and break a little momentum for North Montgomery as they have a second down and short coming up here deep in Lebanon territory as we near the end of the first quarter. Quarterback B.J. Slicker over center, drops back two, throws over the middle. Fuller's open. Oh, he handles the ball. He bounces it off his hands a couple times. He crosses the 15-yard line. Great concentration on the part of the senior wide receiver as he bobbled the ball twice, took a good lick and managed to pull the ball into him before he was popped and dropped inside the 15-yard line. Enough yardage for a first down for North Montgomery. They'll go 1st and 10 operating from the 13-yard line of the Lebanon Tigers. Fuller's first catch of the ball game. I believe that makes North 4 for 4 in the passing category. Again, a great individual effort that time by Fuller. Took in a tough pass. Slicker back to throw. Lobs it out onto the corner. He's looking for a man. He's got Walls open. Walls out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Jason Walls with pretty good defensive coverage by John Westerfield. Managed to get his hands on the ball, but ran out of real estate pretty quickly as he was much closer to the sideline, I think, than he had originally intended. Fuller will check back in, bring the play in for North Montgomery. We should see him splitting out wide to either side with Walls going out of bounds. The clock stops with 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. North has a 7-0 lead, and they are down inside the 10-yard line of Lebanon. McCormick splits wide to the right side. Fuller wide to the left. Pro set formation. Here's Walls in the wide pitch. Can he get around the corner? He does. He's around the 5. He's down near the goal line, but will not get in as the side judge spots his knee down at about the 1-yard line. It'll be enough yards for a first down, and North Montgomery will have a 1st and goal to go again from the 1-yard line down, knocking on the door here late in the first quarter.
And Jeff, you know, all North Montgomery has done is come out and just establish and mix it up, and they've kept Lebanon off guard. As you mentioned, BJ's now 5 of 5. Jason Walls already 3 catches, 53 yards, as we have an official's equipment timeout on the field. You know, Jason Walls, who's now caught, as I mentioned, the 3 catches, 53 yards, he's also gone 4 times on the ground for another 15 yards.
And now with that equipment problem of Jason Walls, obviously one of the big offensive stories.
And right now, North is putting up what could be 14 points in this first quarter against the wind.
Yes, as they are. First down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Slicker over center, pro formation set up behind him. And we've got a whistle and somebody jumped. We got a procedure call against North Montgomery. I saw a couple different hands jump out of the 3-point stance, Tom, so a 1st and goal.
He now has room to throw the ball.
McCormick wide to the right side, Fuller wide to the left side. Pro formation set up on 1st and goal from the 6-yard line on the far hash mark for North Montgomery. 2:14 to go in the first quarter. The Chargers down knocking on the door. As now more motion penalties. As now
they're over 7 penalties and 65 yards in penalties every night.
Well, now they've got a 1st down and goal from the 11. That changes the play call completely. Double wide out to the left side. Slicker to throw. Looks left. Oh, he's got Walls wide open. And Walls will walk untouched, unescorted into the end zone for the score. Walls got out there and ran a pick off of Tyler Fuller. All the Lebanon defensive coverage went inside with Fuller, and Walls just hung around at about the 6-yard line. Slicker hit him with the pass, and Walls could have gone for 1,000 yards, I think, because there was nobody around. The touchdown for North makes it 13-0 at the 2:10 mark of this first quarter of play. And that brings Cervantes in for another extra point attempt. Slicker on the hole. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. As we've seen Manny Cervantes this year,
and drive of the night, they went 44 yards in 7 plays, 2 minutes 24 seconds, and after getting to the one and getting 2 procedure penalties, it was an 11-yard pass play from B.J. Slicker to Jason Walls. Manny Cervantes' kick was no good. It is 13-0 North, and Lebanon is back to receive the kick.
Well, they are, Tom, and all the teams really came to the front in the second half, but Lebanon's got a good team. This Richards, the young man's got some impressive numbers as Cervantes' kick comes in. Taken up by one of the upbacks at about the 24-yard line. The return will be by number 32, Bill Watson, and he'll come up the right side and pick up, check that is actually Butler on the return, number 24, to go in the first quarter. The Tigers are down by 2 touchdowns. They have the ball in the near hash mark. On the handoff to the deep back on the counter play, John Butler, the tailback, the 145-pound senior. Tim Flagg is there to meet him and drop him for a solid 5-yard loss. Also, Stan Fairfield was there standing over the play as North just looked, Tom, like they just sent the kitchen sink. They blitzed just about everybody on that particular play and just overwhelmed.
Wise 4, as we're going to have a timeout.
And we've got another equipment
timeout. You know, they've only run
almost a 5-yard loss on that first play from scrimmage, and so it'll be a second down and nearly 15 to go for the Tigers with the clock moving, 1:10 to go in the first quarter as we get our equipment problem straightened out. Pro set formation with 2 wideouts now on the left side for junior quarterback Keith Richards. Richards takes the snap, rolls out to his left. He's being chased by 3 or 4 blue shirts, puts the pass out onto the flat on the far side, and it'll fall incomplete. Intended for wide receiver Reggie Smith, and coverage out there by most of the defensive secondary for North Montgomery.
They're doing a good enough job of pressuring the quarterback.
Smith splits wide to the left side. Coming wide to the right is Kincaid. I formation for Richards on 3rd and long. He'll drop back to throw. 3 steps back. Gets the throw away. Going deep. Looking for Smith. About 25 yards downfield, but the pass went about 30. And with double coverage for North Montgomery, it was not to happen. Walls was in on the defensive coverage, as was Jason Gwynn. There's a defensive story for North Montgomery, Tom. Jason Gwynn has been moved back to a safety position as sophomore Jason Brown has continued to improve defensively. He has earned a starting role at linebacker now, and Gwynn has moved back into the defensive secondary. Walls drops back. Freshman Adam Ullum stands on his own 20. He'll put a big right foot into it, and he just nails one. Drives Walls clear back to his 25-yard line. Walls bobbles the ball and has 3 seconds to pick it up before any defensive coverage gets there to cover him. And now Walls will pick up about 8 or 9 yards and then be rode out of bounds by special teams coverage of Lebanon on that tap. Slicker comes out over center. He'll send 2 wideouts to the right side. 1 in the slot. I formation set up behind him on 1st down. Leading by 13-0. Slicker takes the snap, rolls to his right, pitches out. Here's Walls. Walls has some room to the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, and he's hauled down just shy of the 40-yard line of Lebanon as getting around the right side. Jason Walls is finally hauled down by safety coverage of Keith Richards in front of Coach Scheib and the defensive coaches of Lebanon, who have just watched the North offensively take their Tigers apart here in this first quarter.
Jason Walls has over 100 yards total offense in the first quarter. 64 on the catch, 39 on the ground.
And that run goes for a first down. It's at the 42-yard line of Lebanon. We're down to 32 seconds to go here in the quarter as North runs the same formation on the opposite side of the field. I formation for Slicker. On the handoff, Walls, he's got lots of room again to the 35, the 30, bounces off a tackler near the 25-yard line. Another first down for Jason Walls. 2, 3 white-shirted Tigers get up off the stack. As on the field forever, eventually you're going to wear them down completely.
You are, and right now North gets the wind to their back.
First down and 10 from the Lebanon 26-yard line. Here's the first play from scrimmage. Here is Jason Walls once again. He'll cross the line of scrimmage. He'll get down inside the 30 or inside the 25-yard line and be hauled down after a gain of maybe a couple. Trivet on the stop. Also coming up off the bottom of the stack, we see Josh Johnson enjoying his vacation.
That's right.
Yeah,
at least when I take vacation, I wait wait until after the season's over to skip out?
I just hope he didn't hang himself somewhere because of Notre Dame's loss last week. I know he took it pretty tough, but anyway, 2nd down and 8 for the Chargers. Slicker rolls out to his right. He's got time. He's got more time. Throwing for the end zone for McCormick. Does he have the ball? I don't know. No. The back judge rules that McCormick did not have control of the ball before he went out of bounds. He had his hands on it, but couldn't control it, Tommy. No. 3rd down and 8 coming up for North Montgomery. An I formation is set up now for the Chargers. 2 wide outs on the right side. In the slot, we see Fuller. Here's the pitch. Here's Walls. They haven't stopped him yet. They don't stop him again. He will get down and not inside the 15-yard line for a 1st down. Catching the ball on 3 great receptions, and he has a score to boot. 1st down and 10, just inside the 11-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. The Chargers up by 2 touchdowns. Looking for more. Pro set formation for Slicker. Has the ball. Rolls back. Time to throw. Man open over the middle. Oh, good tip of the pass by one of the deep backs, and that's Casey Hovermail. Hovermail put a tip on the ball and got the timing of it thrown. And he and Coach Kegley came out.
I say Coach Kegley may want to bring him back out again tomorrow if this keeps up.
He just may. 2nd down and 10 for the Chargers. Handoff. Walls open in the middle. Bounces off a tackler inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. It'll be about a 7 or 8 yard pickup for Jason Walls as the clock stops with 10. He's got one of them triple XL shirts on down there. 3rd down, we'll call it about 3 to go for North. They'll move from the 6-yard line. Slicker on the quick snap. Here's Walls across the 5 into the end zone for the score. Untouched around the right side. Tremendous blocking on the right side by Dan Suter and Tim Flang. And Jason Walls has his 2nd touchdown. And we do have a flag down from B.J. Slicker. 3rd down and about 8 to go from the 11-yard line. North can get a 1st down if they get the
Stadium. Albion, who is a top 10 ranked Division III power out of Michigan, will come down to Little Giant Stadium for the home opener.
We'll talk more about it at halftime. We'll have lots of time to talk about it at halftime as we get ready to go here after the timeout. North on 3rd down. Here's a lob pass into the end zone. Touchdown, North Montgomery, Jason Gwynn. Almost a time, or I should say a tie-up in the end zone as safety Josh Johnson had his hands on the ball, but Jason Gwynn will get more of it than Johnson will get, and Jason Gwynn will have his 3rd touchdown of the year.
And the 3rd one in 2 weeks. He had 2 touchdowns last week. 1 offensive, 1 defensive, and now he has his 2nd offensive touchdown of the season.
The 2nd passing touchdown for Slicker, who already owns the career touchdown passing mark. Cervani's kick up and good. North Montgomery leads 20-0 here. They nail another 11-yard pass. Jason Gwynn has this score. The Chargers up by 20. We're just started in the 2nd quarter. Let's take another timeout from North and be back with the Chargers kickoff.
For several years now,
plays, the 2nd and 3rd touchdowns were 11-yard passes. How's that for trivial insignificance? As Cervani's kick is fielded at about the 22-yard line. One of the outbacks with the grab. This is John Butler. Butler will return it across the 25. He'll get it out to about the 30-yard line, where Mike Geralds will be on the tackle for North Montgomery's special team. The Tigers, who have been ineffective offensively. In fact, Tom, did I hear you say negative 2 yards?
Negative 2 yards.
Net for the 1st quarter.
Correct.
And they will take over for their 3rd offensive possession here of this football game. The Chargers, as Tom just mentioned, are 3 for 3. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Slicker with a 1-yard run and 2 11-yard passes. 1 to Jason Walls, 1 to Jason Gwynn. They are in the driver's seat here, but there is lots and lots of football game to be played. Keith Richards will bring his Tigers out offensively on 1st down and 10. He'll split 3 out on either side. Hand the ball off on the draw right up the middle with a big hole on the run. This is Dan Vernon, the 170-pound senior fullback. He will pick up good yardage out across the 40, out near the 45-yard line, in fact, for a 1st down carry. The first down for Lebanon tonight. And then the Tigers have a 1st down. Richards with 1 back behind him again, hands off, same play. Vernon again on the carry. Again, will pick up pretty decent yardage. He'll get out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line as we pick up a bit of a wind swirl its way. Somewhere it's raining. Boy, how profound is that? As the play clock runs down to 3-0, 3 for 3 on possessions, 3 touchdowns, and the defense has held Lebanon to but 1 first down thus far. Second down and about a dozen to go now for the Tigers. Richards on the option will flick it out to Butler. Butler gets around the corner. He's around midfield. He's to the 40 down near the 35-yard line of North Montgomery before he's finally ridden out of bounds by Jason Walls. So 2 big running plays by the Lebanon offense have now got them a little bit of momentum as we've got an injured Tiger way back up inside the 40-yard line. We don't have week has hit Lebanon badly. An offensive lineman is hurt for this ball game. Now the starting quarterback goes down as in the ball game to call the signals. Jesse Wilhoit, a 6', 150-pound senior, will take the snap. He'll hand off and give it off straight up the middle. This is Dan Vernon on the carry. He'll take the carry on first down and pick up maybe a yard or so. Enter. He'll put a man in motion to the near side. That's Butler taking the snap. Dropping back to throw. Will Hoyt has a man open, and catching the ball is tight end Dustin Winkles. Winkles will haul it in at about the 25-yard line of North Montgomery. Jason Gwynn on defensive coverage, but he and Winkles in the ball all kind of got to one spot at the same time. Winkles won the battle that time and kind of fell over Gwynn and fell forward inside the 25-yard line for another first down. The first.
Lebanon would have had an easy 6.
Richards back in. He'll take the snap. He'll roll out to the right side. He's got some room inside the 20, down to the 15, to the 10-yard line, inside the 5. Knocked out of bounds by the last blue shirt down there. Check a number on that guy down there. That is Tyler Fuller, who managed to knock Richards out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, but it took a pretty good pop because Richards 2 tight end offense. 2 backs behind him, 1 split out wide to the right side on first and goal. He'll take the snap on the handoff on the left side. Bodies fly. Check a number. We've got 34 and 24 who run the ball. This is 24 John Butler for Lebanon, 145-pound senior. We'll get a couple of yards. He'll get down to the 3. The ball spotted right in the middle of the field.
They had in the first quarter.
Is that prevent defense we hear so much about? On second down, Butler has some room. He's around the right side. Oh, a great open field tackle out on the far side of the field. That is Jason Gwynn on the tackle. And I want to take a moment to thank the North Montgomery press box crew helping out extensively tonight in the absence of John Roach. So our thanks to them. But again, Gwynn with a great tackle, saving the touchdown. Butler will pick up about a yard. The ball will be spotted at the 2, where it'll be third down and goal for the Tigers. Now the Tigers go to a one-back offense.
And the Chargers have an uncovered receiver defensively.
Richards will try and throw the ball to him, and the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Defensive breakdown by the Chargers. Lebanon split 2 receivers, a split in and a wide receiver out to the left, and they only put 1 defensive back out there. And John Butler's waving his arm at the quarterback, just throw it to me, by a defensive lineman.
Fourth down and goal. Off shift formation. Richards rolling out to the left. It's a foot race to the corner of the end zone. He is not going to make it. North Montgomery holds. Jason Walls will be credited with the tackle, but give all kinds of credit to a whole bunch of other North Montgomery players who strung that play out along the line of scrimmage. We see Tim Fry coming off on the goal line defense. Also coming off, linebacker Kevin Templeman helped to spread that defense out a little bit, and that did not allow Richards to turn the corner. He was going from the far hash mark. He had as much territory as I formation set up behind Slicker. He'll hand off. This is Walls. Walls has room to the 10, the 20. Out across the 20-yard line goes Jason Walls, the 175-pound senior, having a career night here in this first half. He will go from the 3 out to about, wait till the ball gets spotted, to the 21-yard line, an 18-yard carry for Walls, and a first down for North out of the shadows of their own goalpost. The Chargers have it for almost at 150 yards of total offense. On first down, Slicker rears back, throws it deep, looking for McCormick, and overthrows him. And now we've got a flag.
And this is a good call at the high school level where there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball. Anytime there's contact between a wide receiver and a defensive back in high school football, it has to be a flag one way or the other.
Now the flag comes down. The ball will rest at the 48-yard line of Lebanon, but this is not a spot foul. We've got the push indication. There's the interference call, and it will go against the Lebanon Tigers. And Tom, you just wonder, sometimes you don't look quickly enough, and you just wonder if maybe the offensive guy gets a little push down there. And this time, though, it will go against the Tigers. A 15-yard mark-off against Lebanon will make it a part of this drive on their own 3. A big run by Jason Walls, and the big penalty now have got them this breathing room. We've got 5 minutes to go in the first half. Slicker back to throw. Time he's got. Distance he's got. Long pass on the catch. This is Tyler Fuller at the 30-yard line of Lebanon. He'll fall forward under double coverage. Johnson and Hovermail, 35 yards on the pass completion. Fuller just hauled it in on a perfectly thrown pass from B.J. Slicker. And the Chargers just moving down the field in leaps and bounds. 20 yards, 15 yards. High that gave Johnson time to run underneath it. With a little bit of time, Slicker thought he had his man open. I think that was Fuller trying to dash open down to the corner. The ball may have been just a little underthrown. And Tom, another thing that may have occurred, this wind has shifted dramatically. And the wind, as we noted, has shifted. On first down, here's Richards for Lebanon. Rolls out to the right side. He'll move towards their advantage. Richards back to throw. No time to throw. He's going to be sacked at the 25-yard line. Flag on the sack. Second sack of the ball game. I also see Monty Daney somewhere real close to that, and depending on what the defensive coaches look at when they grade the films tomorrow or Sunday, there may be a half a sack involved with Daney. Hand off. Here's the Walls. Walls bounces off a tackler. He gets to the 25-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 22. Walls will get 3, maybe 4 on that spot. Westerfield on the stop for Lebanon as we get down to the 2:18 mark here of this first half. If you're just joining us, North Montgomery scored a touchdown on their first 3 possessions. 1 failed extra point makes it a 20-0 first quarter. They did mount a big drive here in the second quarter, but they were stopped on down. Second down, we'll call it 7 to go for North Montgomery. On the pitch, here's Walls. Loses the blocker in front of him as already the turf starts to get a little slippery. Walls works right side. He'll be tackled at about the 30, and we've got a late flag, personal foul.
And Jason Walls has pulled himself within 4 yards, Jeff, of going over the century mark here in the first half.
And we've got a whistle on the field. Officials timeout.
And they've also spotted the ball up a half yard.
We'll still call it the 45 for lack of anything else to do as we get going here. First down for the Chargers. As we noted again, minute and a half to halftime. I could smell the great cooking going on down at the concession stand. I know a lot of fans want to get down to pick up on some of that here at halftime. On the handoff, straight ahead up the middle for North Montgomery. Let's check who gets up for the first half rushing. He had 134 yards the entire first 3 games of the season. Clock continues to move. 1:05 to go as the rain comes down harder. Walls with the call and the carry, working around the right side. Dan Suter and Tim Flagg open up some room around that right corner. Flagg moves into left, driving to the end of the first half. Slicker takes the handoff on first down. Walls with more yards. He's across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. So it will now be first down and long for Slicker. He'll drop back to throw. He's got time. Throwing deep. Looking for McCormick. Oh, the ball tips off his fingertips and falls away. Good defensive coverage down there by junior cornerback and a quarterback, Keith Richard. We'll call it second down and about 19 to go here from the 49-yard line of Lebanon. We've only got 15 seconds to go in this first half. The Chargers hold a 3-touchdown lead. Slicker back to throw. Passing out over the middle. Pass is tipped and intercepted at the 40-yard line. On the interception for the Tigers, it is number 54, Jay Trivett, the inside middle linebacker, the leading tackler on the Lebanon team, takes the tip as Tim Flagg will make the final tackle as returning the interception about 10 yards. Jay Trivett will give Lance Shiven the Lebanon offense. The Giants still have Chris Ings, though, one of the most dangerous players in the ICAC. Fun to watch. Here comes the Tigers on the last play of the first half. Richards rears back, looking to throw. The pass is intercepted on the INT. It will be Tyler Fuller. Kickoff for North Montgomery. The Tigers trail the Chargers 20-0. The ball handled by one of the upbacks, fallen on, in fact, by Josh Johnson at about the 31-yard line, where the Tigers will take over. And now we've got a very late flag on the play. This is after everybody has gone back towards their respective huddles. This is going to be nothing but an unsportsmanlike conduct call against one of the teams, and it's going to go against North Montgomery. So somebody got into the middle. The flag went about 25 feet up in the air. So 15 yards on the mark-off will give the ball to Lebanon in great field position. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. We'll just mark it down on the stat sheet and go from there. It is the Chargers on first down. Richards on first. Will hand off straight up the middle. On the handoff, we saw them go for pretty good yards in their third possession of the ball game as they hand off to Dan Vernon. Lebanon here just underway in the third quarter. The Tigers trailing by 20. Richards sets a pro formation up. Quick pass out over the middle. He's got his man open. This is tight end Dustin Winkles. Winkles will haul the pass in at about the 41-yard line of North Montgomery, and that'll be good for about 14 yards and a first down for the Tigers. So the tight end's Tom has a touchdown reception for North Montgomery.
That's the second first down picked up passing the ball for Keith Richards on the night. First down for them here on this drive to start the second half.
And it does give the Tigers a fresh set of downs in North territory. Misdirection play. Richards rolls out to his left. Oh, tripped up in the open field on a good tackle by Jason Brown. Brown, as we noted in the first half, has earned his first varsity start on the defensive side of the ball tonight. The 155-pound sophomore actually moved Jason Gwynn back into a safety position because of his continued improved play. A loss of about 6 on that open field tackle by Brown. Brown had been spelling seal of time on the field. On 2nd and 16, the Tigers put a man in motion. Richards back to pass, sets up the screen. He's got a man open. This is the wide receiver screen, and staying in at home is Sam Fairfield on a great open tackle as the receiver for 11. 3rd and 16 call coming up now for the Tigers. They put everybody out into the pass pattern, as now here's a lateral out to Richards. Richards takes the technical lateral from backup quarterback Jesse Wilhoit. Wilhoit took the ball and lateraled it back because Richards was behind him, and Tom WIMC, who covers the Tigers for the Lebanon radio station, said that they may run that fourth down and a long ways to go for the Tigers as Wilhoit stays in at quarterback. He is going to be buried under, unable to get the ball away. The sack, Monty Daney, either 2 or 2.5 sacks on the game. He had 6 sacks coming into tonight's contest, and on that fourth down play, North Montgomery.
I've ever seen Charlie German. 2 or 3 times I've seen him jumping up and down and waving his arms, and that's not usually how Charlie is on the sideline.
Maybe he's just trying to dry his shirt out.
He did it in the first half before it started to rain.
Catching the ball, and I believe he had was it 1 return or 2 returns, Tom?
Yes, 2.
So he ended up with nearly 200 yards of all-around yardage in the first half. He'll pick up 2 yards on that first down carry. Here is Slicker on second down, rolling out to the right, pitches out at the last second to Walls. Walls will get a first down and get inside Lebanon territory. Tackled at about the 43-yard line. Jason Walls in first down for North Montgomery in Lebanon territory at the 44-yard line. On first down, wide pitch comes out. Walls has a block, got 2 blocks to the 40, the 35, down to the 30-yard line before he's finally hauled down. But now before the sticks will move again for North Montgomery. John Westerfield wraps up Jason Walls, but not before Walls gets down inside the 30-yard line, down to the 20-time time.
Which is what they want.
Yep, as your staff noted, 141 yards rushing and 141 yards passing. On first down, Slicker fakes the run, throws deep, looking for McCormick. Oh, great defensive play by Richards in the end zone. Save the touchdown. Jason McCormick had room in the end zone, but Richards came up and tipped the ball away, turning around. The junior cornerback and quarterback tipped away a touchdown pass, which would have been third quarter. 20-0 is the score. I formation for Slicker. On the keeper, on the pitch. Here's Walls with room. 25, 20, 15, down to the 10-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Once again, John Westerfield pushes him out of bounds, but the sticks move yet again. Another first down for the Chargers. Walking on the door again. First down and 10 from the Lebanon 12. Pro formation set up for Slicker. On the pitch, Fairfield around the left side, running for the corner, to the 5, to the end zone for the score. Sam Fairfield's first touchdown of the season. From 12 yards out, and Tom says we got a flag, and there it is, lying at the 6-yard line, and the call is a clip.
Clipping against the Chargers will nullify the touchdown.
So the second touchdown of the game has been called. We'll move the ball back to the 21-yard line, where it will be first down and a long ways to go. The Chargers need to get down to the 2, so it's first down and about 19. Slicker looking to throw. Looking for the end zone. Looking for McCormick. Touchdown! Slicker just waded through for the corner of the end zone, and Jason McCormick just outran defensive coverage of Lebanon's Keith Richards and got to the ball in the far corner of the end zone, and the Chargers are on the board again.
Jeff, that is Jason McCormick's first catch of the night.
It is his 14th catch of the season. It is his second touchdown catch of the year. It comes with 6:44 to go. A 12-yard.
No, 21-yard.
Excuse me, 21-yard. Dyslexic again. Pass to the third different receiver for a touchdown tonight. Slicker will put the spot down for Cervantes. 2 for 3 on conversion attempts. High snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. North Montgomery takes a 26-0 lead with 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll be back for the North kickoff right after these messages. Yardage record as Cervantes slips on the kickoff. Everybody's slipping on the kickoff. Now Richards picks the ball up at the 25. He'll break loose, get out across the 30-yard line, get to about the 35-yard line. So Lebanon will actually have pretty good field position, but Cervantes planted that left foot to sidewind the ball, and the foot just never stopped. He just kept on going and punched the ball about 30 yards on the ground. So North Montgomery will be on D. Lebanon needing now just some offense, Tom, as with wet field conditions and the rain off and on, it may not be so much a matter of winning this ball game, but Coach Lance Scheib, obviously a guy who knows to play for more than 1 week at a time, knowing that he's got playoffs down the road and more games to play. Sometimes you just got to put some confidence back in your offense. Here's Wilhoit on the pass. He's got a man open, but slipping out on the flat and actually losing about a yard. Will be split end, so it is not an injury scenario for the Tigers. They've just gone to a different offensive look. Wilhoit rolls out to the left. He's going to get hit as he releases the ball. The ball is loose, and a slippery ball prevents Jason Gwynn from an interception. Gwynn, who intercepted the pass on the very last play of the first half, had his hands on the ball, but it went right through his fingertips. He was the only player within 10 yards, Tom, as Wilhoit was just blasted by Jason Brown just as he released the ball.
And he really had about 3 defensive players for North Montgomery right in his face as he threw that ball, and probably if it weren't for the slick ball and the rain, that very well could have been an interception because there was nowhere near the defensive back when the ball came down, and if he'd stepped back instead of trying to jump up to catch the ball, he may have been able to bring it in. But it's going to be third down and long, 11 yards for the Lebanon Tigers.
All right. Looking at the play. Wilhoit again hurried as he tries to get rid of the ball. He was trying to set up the screen to the right side, looking for his fullback, Dan Vernon, but about 3 guys in blue. Slicker, one of the guys back there, also Fairfield in on the hurry. Pops back. He stands at his own 35. Ulam will get rid of it at his own 25. A high kick. Walls gets it at his own 35. He's to the right. He'll scoot around the 40 to the 45, then kind of slip and or be
Reliable service. Invest in a Puritan water conditioner today. Phone 362-6340.
From some of the good folks who help bring us these North and South football games on WIMC. We're back to action. North Montgomery hands the ball off to Jason Walls. He has been making a living tonight running between the tackles. This time he'll run behind the left side blocking of Sean Spitznagel and Ryan J.
First downs. So, excuse me. averaging only 11 first downs a night.
20 tonight. On first down, here's the quick pitch. Here's Walls around the right side. Breaks a tackle. 35, 30. Breaks more tackles. 25 out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Jason Walls, 100 and probably close to 50 yards rushing, close to 250 yards of overall yards tonight, including pass receiving and kick returns, as he is having just a wonderful night here at homecoming against the Tigers.
Guess again, 192 yards.
Of overall offense?
No, of rushing.
192 yards rushing. Thank you, Tom.
He hasn't caught a pass since the first quarter. In the first quarter, he had 64 yards receiving.
Well, we'll definitely be having to go back and look for the last time we had a North player run for 200 yards in one game, because it's going to get close right now as Walls takes the pitch on first down here over Lebanon. Slicker sets up the I formation. I'll bet it's Walls. I'll bet it's cruised along ever since they scored on their first possession of the third quarter, and that's our score. Slicker back to throw, fakes the run, looking for McCormick, coming across the middle, and we've got a flag a long ways away from everywhere. It was away from McCormick, the intended receiver. Ineligible receiver downfield is the call on. Go 4-0 for the first time in a long while. One back offense set up. Slicker setting up the screen. He can't get the ball to his wide receiver, Jason McCormick. Slicker let the offensive lineman get forward, let the defensive rush come at him. One call, which would probably be about...
Give the ball to Jason Walls.
Yeah. Actually, what I do is I drop back and throw the ball to Jason Walls. Walls is in the slot on the right side. We'll keep a close eye on him. Going to be a quick hitter out on the flat, and the ball goes right through the fingertips of Jason McCormick. From the 26-yard line, Richards on the draw play, handoff out of the one-back formation. This will be...
Headed right for the guy with the ball.
Three wideouts into the pattern. Richards got a throw, got a man open. Here he's got a completion to the wide receiver, Craig Kincaid. Kincaid has got territory. He's hustling down into North territory across the 30 down to the 20-yard line, hauled down from behind. So a big pass completion for Lebanon's passing game, and one of the North... I can tell you that you don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure it out. He's got a great big cramp in his left leg. They're working out a cramp. On first down, Richards looking to throw again. Gets the ball out to his tight end on the right side. This is Dustin Winkles, 190-pound head all the way. They have dominated pretty much all the way. They lead 27-0. Richards over center. One-back formation set up behind him. Richards back to throw. The right-hander flushed out of the pocket. Can't get rid of it. Now looking for a man down the left side.
That could be intercepted.
No, the referee has ruled that the ball hit the ground before it fell into a North Montgomery pair of hands. That was Jason McCormick back on deep coverage. He very nearly came up with the interception, but
from left to right, that North rush all evening long.
3 times. Richards on third down. Got to hurry again. This ball is intercepted. On the interception, Gwynn's got some territory. He's at the 25-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds by Dan Vernon. So, Gwynn's second interception of the ball game. North Montgomery's.
No, his first.
He had the interception to end the first half. Tyler Fuller had Gwynn's first interception of the half. Second interception for North on the game. Thank you. We'll give the ball back to the Chargers with 30 seconds to go, and the clock starts. So the Chargers will run one play, and we can end the third quarter and get on about our business. Again, another long game here. Another long ball game tonight here at North Montgomery High School. Had a long one last. We get ready to start the fourth quarter. It'll be North's ball, second down, and about a yard to go. As we got a new quarterback to start the fourth quarter for North. This is John Sparks. Sparks will hand off to Daney, and Daney will not. Is now getting some extensive action here in the fourth quarter tonight with his team up by 4 touchdowns. He'll hand the ball off. This is Fairfield. Fairfield got the first down. He's got more. He's across the 45-yard line and is brought down at about the 46. Josh Johnson.